Block diagram of regulated power supply. It is mainly consist of transformer, rectifier, filter, voltage regulated circuit. First, transformer. Step up or step down transformer is used to get require AC input to the rectifier. Second, rectifier. Rectifier is a circuit which converts AC supply into DC supply. So mostly full wave rectifier is used. Filter. So the output of this rectifier is not pure DC. That means there is some AC components are present in the DC output. To make smooth DC from pulsating DC, filter circuit is used. Next, voltage regulated circuit. Now the output voltage of this rectifier is changes due to the change in input voltage and the change in load current. In such cases, to maintain output voltage constant, voltage regulated circuit is used. It also provides protection against overload and the short circuit. Load regulation. How much output voltage changes when the load current changes from no load to full load can be known from load regulation. Now, when there is no load applied on the circuits, that means the voltage drop does not appear across this resistance and inductive portion of the circuit, and we will get maximum output voltage. That means output voltage is higher, but the output voltage is decreases when the power supply delivers full load. If the VNL is the no load output voltage, VFL is equal to full load output voltage. So load regulation is equal to we can write V no load minus V full load divided by V no load. Now load regulation is always, or you can say the regulation is always expressed in terms of percentage. So percentage load regulation is equal to V no load minus V full load divided by V no load into 100. Now this the definition of this load regulation is the change in output voltage from no load to full load is expressed as a percentage of the no load voltage is called load regulation. Now let me see the one example. If the no load output voltage is 24 volt and the full load output voltage is equal to 23 volt. So we can find out percentage load regulation is equal to V no load minus V full load divided by V no load into 100. Now just put the value of this VNL and VFL in this equation. So we will get 24 minus 23 divided by 23 into 100. So is equal to 4.17 percentage. Regulation or source regulation. Suppose normal 230 AC voltage is applied to the power supply. It gives 10 volt DC supply as a output voltage. Now it is a rated voltage, a rated output voltage of this power supply. Now the output voltage of this power supply changes with change in input supply. Suppose if we apply 210 volt AC volt to the power supply, that time this power supply gives 9.8 volt DC output voltage. Now similarly, for to same power supply we are applying 250 volt AC supply as a input side. That time this power supply provides 10.2 DC voltage as a output voltage. So you can say that the input voltage goes from 210 volt to 250 volt. Then the output voltage also goes from 9.8 volt to 10.2 volt. So you can say that your output voltage is changes with respect to change in input voltage. So the difference between the output voltage is 10.2 volt minus 9.8 volt. That is the change of output voltage. So now the line regulation can be find out by using this equation. Line regulation is equal to percentage line regulation is equal to 10.2 minus 9.8 divided by rated voltage of this power supply, and it is 10. So into 100. So we will get 4% line regulation. So now this line regulation, it is also called source regulation. Now the percentage line regulation can be defined as the ratio between change in output voltage for change in input voltage to the rated voltage. Now next, the specification of regulated power supply. So it is given by the manufacturer. First, output voltage. Now the output voltage means the value of the output voltage received from the power supply. Now it may be fixed or it can be vary. So for example, output is 15 volt. That means it provide 15 volt constant. And another supply, it is 0 to 30 volt. That means your output voltage can be changed from 0 to 30 volt. That means it is variable voltage. Second, output current. So maximum current drawn from the power supply. That means example, it gives 500 milliampere or 1 ampere or 2 ampere or 3 ampere. So this is the maximum value of output current drawn from the supply. It is already mentioned. Second, load regulation. Now the output voltage is changes from when your load is varied from maximized to 0, and this regulation is expressed in terms of percentage, and its value is given by the manufacturer. For example, 0.1% or 0.05%. Second, line regulation. Now there is a change in output voltage due to the change in input voltage. It is also expressed in the percentage. So it gives 0.02% or 0.08%. Second, percentage ripple. Even we are using ripple, percentage ripple. That means even we are using filter circuit to remove the AC components presence in the DC output voltage, but due to some reason still it is present, and it is indicated in terms of percentage ripple, and that if X, for example, it is given by 0.02% or 0.05%. Next, protection. Now it is necessary to indicate which type protection is used in the power supply. Suppose overload protection, short circuit protection, etc., etc. Now it also indicates which type enclosure is used for the power supply, and it is also indicate voltmeter or ammeter is provided or not. If it is provided, then which type meters is used. That means it may be analog type or digital type. Complete circuit diagram of regulated power supply using series voltage regulator. Now with the help of this transformer, we can step up or step down the voltage as per our requirement. And this bridge circuit is used, or bridge rectifier is used to convert AC supply into DC supply. So now next, filter is used. Now the main purpose of this filter is to remove the AC components which is still present in the DC output of the rectifier. So after this filter, we will get smooth DC supply. Then we are using series voltage regulator. Now this consists of mainly 3 transistors. So now transistor Q2 and Q3 are forms a Darlington pair, which increase the current capacity of the supply. Now the transistor Q1 is used as a comparator. Now the whatever voltage generated across this Zener diode, this is applied to the base and ammeter of the comparator transistor Q1. That means it provide feedback signals. Now with the help of this potentiometer, we can change the value of the output voltage. So here we are using voltmeter and ampere meter in the load circuit. Voltmeter is used to measure output voltage and ammeter is used to measure the output current. So now this is heat sink is provided in the transistor Q3 because the load current always passing through this transistor Q3. That's why it is called pass transistor. So large amount of heat, very huge heat produced across this transistor Q3. For that we are using heat sink. Complete circuit diagram of regulated power supply using shunt regulator. Here the transformer is used to step up or step down the voltage as per our requirement. Now and then the output of this transformer is given to the bridge rectifier, which converts AC supply into DC supply. Then the output, one capacitor is connected in parallel with this output of this rectifier. Now which converts pulsating DC into smooth DC. That means it's remove AC components present in the DC output voltage, and this output is given to the shunt regulator. Now this shunt regulator is used to compensate the output voltage. That means the variation of output voltage due to the change in input voltage and the load currents, and it maintains constant output voltage across the load. Power supply using Zener diode. So now in this type of voltage regulator circuits, it provides dual power supply. That means one is positive and another is negative with respect to ground terminal or the reference signal. So here a transformer is used to convert or to step up or the step down the voltage as per our requirement. And here one more important thing, a center tapping is required in the secondary winding of the transformer, and this center terminal is grounded. So here diode D1 and diode D2 is produce positive voltage with reference to this ground, and the positive voltage regulation can be achieved by using Zener diode Z1 and RSC1. Now capacitor C1 is used to convert pulsating DC into smooth DC, which removes the AC components which is present in the DC output voltage. And similarly diode D3 and diode D4 which provides negative output voltage, and capacitor C2 is used to remove the AC components which is present in the DC supply. So now negative voltage regulation can be achieved by using Zener diode Z2 and RSC2. So now this dual type power supply is widely used in the integrated circuits.